Football is the most watched sport on the planet, and at the heart of everything the game offers lies one singular moment that stops time: the goal. From the dusty pitches of the early 20th century to the glittering stadiums of the modern era, certain players have separated themselves from the rest of humanity not just by their talent, but by their extraordinary, almost inhuman ability to put the ball into the net again and again and again. The story of the greatest goal scorers in football history is a story of obsession, genius, sacrifice, and an unquenchable desire to be remembered forever. Starting from number 10 and working our way to the man who currently sits at the very top of this historic list, here is the definitive account of the 10 players who scored the most goals in the history of the beautiful game. At number 10 sits Joe Bambrick, a Northern Irish striker born in 1905 who plied his trade mostly at Linfield and Shelbourne during a career that spanned from 1926 to 1943. Bambrick was not a household name across Europe, but within the Irish League he was an absolute force of nature, finishing his career with approximately 626 goals across all competitions, a staggering number that earns him a rightful place among the all-time greats and a figure that most modern footballers could not dream of reaching. Directly above him at number 9 is Gerd Müller of West Germany, known throughout the football world simply as Der Bomber, a nickname he earned for his explosive, instinctive finishing in and around the penalty box. Müller spent the vast majority of his career at Bayern Munich between 1964 and 1979, scoring 365 goals in 427 Bundesliga appearances alone, and added 68 goals in just 62 international appearances for West Germany, helping his nation win the 1974 FIFA World Cup. His total career goal tally stands at approximately 634 goals, and in 1972 he scored 85 goals in a single calendar year, a record that stood for 4 decades until Lionel Messi broke it in 2012. At number 8 is Jimmy Jones, another Northern Irish striker whose career at Glenavon between 1947 and 1964 produced roughly 639 career goals, again predominantly in the Irish League, but a total that undeniably places him among the most prolific finishers the sport has ever seen. Moving into the top 7 brings us to one of the most romantic and tragic stories in football history, Ferenc Puskás of Hungary and later Spain. Born in Budapest in 1927, Puskás was the heartbeat of the legendary Hungarian national team known as the Magnificent Magyars, who went unbeaten for 4 years between 1950 and 1954. He scored 84 goals in just 85 international appearances for Hungary, a ratio that remains among the highest ever recorded at international level, and then after defecting from Hungary following the 1956 uprising, he joined Real Madrid where he scored 242 goals in 262 appearances. His total career goal tally is recorded at approximately 725 goals across all competitions, cementing his legacy as one of the most lethal strikers of the 20th century. At number 6 is the great Brazilian striker Pelé, whose official IFFHS recognized goal tally stands at 762 goals, though the Guinness World Records credits him with 1,279 goals across all matches including friendlies and exhibition games. What is beyond dispute is that Pelé won 3 FIFA World Cups with Brazil in 1958, 1962, and 1970, remains the only player in history to accomplish that feat, and scored the vast majority of his famous goals for Santos FC in Brazil before finishing his career at the New York Cosmos. The 5th spot belongs to another Brazilian legend, Romário, who scored approximately 785 officially recognized career goals between 1985 and 2009, playing for clubs across Brazil, Spain, and the Netherlands including PSV Eindhoven and Barcelona, and who won the FIFA World Cup with Brazil in 1994 when he was named the tournament's best player. 4th on this list is a name that many modern football fans might not immediately recognize but who commands absolute respect from historians of the sport, Josef Bican, an Austrian-Czech striker born in 1913 who scored approximately 805 officially recognized goals in competitive matches, with FIFA itself acknowledging his status as one of the greatest goal scorers ever. Bican played for clubs including Rapid Vienna and Slavia Prague, and was a dominant force in Central European football during the 1930s and 1940s, averaging a genuinely astonishing 1.52 goals per game across his career. The 3rd place on this list, and the place where modern football truly begins to dominate, belongs to Lionel Messi, the Argentine genius who has scored 896 career goals across all competitions for club and country as of 2026, making him the highest scoring player in the history of FC Barcelona with 672 goals, the highest scorer in the history of La Liga with 474 goals, and the highest scorer in the history of the FIFA World Cup qualifying campaigns in South America. Messi has won the FIFA World Cup with Argentina in 2022, has won 8 Ballon d'Or awards, the most of any player in history, and continues to play for Inter Miami in Major League Soccer while defying the conventions of aging in elite sport. But even Messi, as remarkable as he is, sits below the man who currently holds the undisputed record for the most career goals in football history, Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal. With over 964 career goals for club and country as of early 2026, Ronaldo has broken virtually every goal-scoring record the sport has to offer. He is the all-time top scorer for the Portuguese national team with more than 130 international goals, the all-time top scorer in UEFA Champions League history with 140 goals, and the all-time top scorer for Real Madrid with 451 goals in 438 appearances. He has won 5 Champions League titles, 5 Ballon d'Or awards, and league titles in England, Spain, Italy, and Saudi Arabia, currently playing for Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League, where he continues to add to his already extraordinary total. The story of these 10 players is ultimately the story of what football can produce when pure talent meets relentless dedication. From Joe Bambrick's exploits in the Irish League to Ronaldo's globe-spanning dominance across 6 decades of professional football, these are the men who proved that scoring goals is not just a skill, it is an art form, and they were its greatest artists.